people, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Melissa Oti, and if you're new on this channel, kindly hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you get notified whenever I post new content on this channel. Yeah, if you see me doing like this, know that baby boy is here and baby girl is here. I mean, that's the struggle. So today, myself and my husband will be sharing with you all my birth story, our birth story, basically. Our birth story, yes. So all that went down. If you haven't seen my birth vlog, you guys please kindly check somewhere up there, and I'll also leave the link in the description. But if you've been following me through my pregnancy series till this point, I know you will definitely know that I had preeclampsia, I had polyhydramnios, and then I was induced. I mean, some of you should have like a basic idea of, you know, all that went down. They'll be giving you guys a rundown of everything that went down during my birth process and all that. I mean, it wasn't easy at all. Birthing twins, no way, it's not easy. So are you gonna start? Set the ball rolling.
Yeah, so I think she already put out a video out there where she was told to come into the hospital, you know, and all that for monitoring and possible induction.
Yeah,
so,
indeed.
And that was how we went to the hospital. I knew we weren't coming back, definitely. So
are you serious? Okay, yeah, I knew we were not coming back.
We weren't coming back, so I knew.
I didn't know I was going to give it like next 2 days.
Yeah, so yeah. And that's how we went in. We went in, and the story began. Yeah, definitely, labor hadn't started, you know, then, so she needed to.
Because I'm trying to rock my boy, so in case he's reading like just I'm rocking him so he can calm down. So
she needed to be induced, you know. And already knew the COVID situation is not something, you know, to be excited about, because it will affect everything. When we gave birth to our first child, it wasn't. I think we just gave birth to him, and 2-3 months after that was when COVID kicked off. Yeah. So we didn't experience the full heat, you know, and you know, pressure of all those issues about your birth partner not being present and all that. So and at this point, I knew it was gonna hit hard. It was going to hit hard.
But it shouldn't. COVID, like, they should relax the rules. COVID is here to stay. I didn't know it was still on. They should
relax the rules, but it hasn't been relaxed. So what still stands. So
I don't know. It's just ridiculous.
So that's it, you know. So when we went in, you know, the nurse saw her and all that, and then I think when they started the induction, they first of all had to ripen, you know, just to get her ready, get the cervix ready for labor and all that. And that was when the nurse told me that, oh, hope I knew I wouldn't be sleeping over. To me, basically, you know,
that first part wasn't even like the main thing.
Yeah, it wasn't the main thing for me. Well, it was around 6 o'clock in the morning. My in-law will be arriving the airport in Manchester.
That's my mom.
Her mom will be arriving the Manchester airport that same morning, 8 a.m.
Yeah.
The plan was I was at home because she was being induced in the hospital, and they didn't allow me to stay. So the plan was early that morning, 7 o'clock. I'll carry my son. I'll just dress him up, carry my son, and I'll head off straight to Manchester to pick my mother-in-law. So that by the time we're getting back, I already calculated everything, give or take 2-3 hours, I should be back home. And if they started induction overnight, then roughly that's when you know, she might start getting into labor and all that. So, you know, like they said, man proposes, or right?
Man proposes, God disposes.
Yeah. So you make your plans, and you're not, you know, you're not extra.
You're not sure if it will come to pass, or yeah.
So, but unfortunately, or rather, I don't know if fortunately or unfortunately, they rang me. She rang me around 6 o'clock that they said I should start coming. That they are moving. She's being moved straight to the labor ward. That she's 6 a.m. dilated. I was like, Jesus. Yeah, how am I going to do this? My in-law will be here at the airport stranded. I will be in the hospital with you. I'm like in between two hot seats. Yes. I don't know how to tackle this.
I need to also figure out where to drop my son.
Yeah, anyway, so at that point it was 6 o'clock in the morning. So I had to choose my battles right by, you know, because I can't see myself going to Manchester to pick my in-law.
On your way,
and they will tell me
babies are here.
My twins are here. How? No. So I had to quickly rang a few friends. And luckily for me, I got where to drop my son. I had to drop my son that morning, that early morning. I dropped my son, one of my friends, and I head straight off to the hospital. I was. Let me just very slowly. I was speeding somehow, you know, very slow. Don't tell them. Secrets. I was speeding, you know, somehow because I needed to. To me, it was an emergency. You know how ambulance, if the blue lights now, they'll carry their blue light, and because of emergency and blah blah blah. It was very early in the morning.
Speeding, but it was still maintaining the national limit. Yes,
I was still maintaining the national limit. You understand now? National limit was still being maintained.
You have to. Laws are laws.
Thank you for understanding. Yeah. So I found myself in the hospital within a twinkle of an eye, and I went straight to the labor ward. And there she is. I saw my wife. She was already like a mad woman.
Oh, I was in so much pain. She was already
like a mad woman. Forget this five things you're seeing here.
No, they've seen the video now.
Okay, it's true, yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't, please check the description box.
She was already like a mad woman. And, you know, the whole labor, you know, drama started. I would touch her. Don't touch me. This one. Leave me alone. Shift.
I was going crazy.
I'm like, no, we do you now.
Now you do me now.
Now we do ourselves.
Which now?
Now we do ourselves. I don't do you alone. We do ourselves.
Now you do. I don't know what you're saying. No.
You know, this is the problem. When the time comes, when Kasala boss, they will start blaming the guy.
Your head.
I said, no, me. It was a planned crime.
But why do I have to go through it alone? I was feeling the pain. You were there. Why were you not feeling the pain too?
The pain that I've been feeling since.
Wow, explain.
I've been feeling the pain since. I just gave you small pain. I just gave you small pain. Chicory pain.
You're not serious.
In fact, I'm still feeling the pain now. So. I go see the pain they go. But I think our pain don't finish. I think our pain has finished. So
thinking about that pain alone, Seth, it's going to last till the end of time.
So that was how everything. My wife, she kept on screaming epidural. I said no, nah. I thought we agreed on Hebrew women.
No, repeat.
I thought we agreed on Hebrew women.
So that Queen Elizabeth will give me awards.
No, you will stop paying tax.
So that I will stop paying tax. And I also get awards for being the strongest woman alive.
Yes, so.
Born twins. No epidural. I push them.
Yes, now.
I bear the pain of life.
Oh, seriously?
Full-fledged woman.
I'm like, no, this wasn't the plan. The plan.
What?
The plan was, let's face this head on with very mean face, and let's do this.
See, past the epidural. So even if I was born again and again and again.
Born again and again.
I know, I forgot. I will not born finish. If you mistakenly enter.
No, they joke like this.
It's a joke.
No, they joke like this. So.
Oh my God, now I'm losing one cup. Every year became. Yeah.
Finally, the epidural came.
Yeah.
And you know now, madam, trust them. She started sleeping. Someone in labor started sleeping, resting.
No, the epidural can actually knock you out, make you feel tired, drowsy. You can't feel your legs.
And I was like, child, women of this.
But I don't already suffer. I've suffered for hours. God.
I was like, women of this generation. See epidural, just they enjoy. Those days when we used to be in labor,
when We're talking nonsense.
We're
talking nonsense. Let me catch you. Let me catch you first. I don't blame you now. Now they're enjoying.
Anyway, so
let's be serious.
Yeah. So anyway, so finally, I think what happened after they gave her the epidural, a couple of hours later, they said she was fully dilated. It wasn't even, I think, a few hours, 3-4 hours. So she was fully dilated.
Yeah, it was very fast.
Her labor was very fast. But they had to give her a few more hours, an hour plus, you know, just to get the head of the baby down.
Yeah.
You know, and that was how they had to, because she was a high-risk pregnancy, you know, in terms of having twins, vaginal delivery, you know, and all that. So they had to deliver her in the theater.
Yeah, so there was a risk associated with that decision. Now, the risk was that I could have my first child, you know, vaginally, and then the second one would be breached, and then they would have to tear me up to bring out the second one. So you can imagine it was like such a very strong decision that I took. It was risky. So that was why I had them in the theater. I was with to the theater for that, because of any emergency, sharp, they'll just tear me out. Because obviously I was fine with anyone, but my preference obviously was a vaginal birth. It didn't really take time. I entered the theater I can't remember the time, 1:06, yeah. So after the whole arrangement and stuff, first child came out very fast, right? I didn't really push for so long. It was painful a bit, but with the epidural, I could only like feel the pressure. Like, so I knew when to push. Like, I'll just ask them, can I push? And then they'll check and say yes. I felt like I was in control of the situation somehow. Yeah, and not feeling like intense pain. It was very easy for me to push. Imagine if I was laboring 6 a.m. in the morning, then till 1 o'clock, I'll be very exhausted and I won't even have the strength to push. So epidural gave me time to rest, relax. So when it was time to push, it was a bit easy. I would say it was even easier than my first, because the entire push time was 10 minutes, right? Yeah, it was 10 minutes, and they were born 4 minutes apart. So if you're wondering if you can have twins naturally, yes, you can have twins naturally, as long as you listen to your doctors and they tell you that it is safe to do so. Because they told me it was safe for me to do so. I'm like, oh, since it's safe, why not? But if there was any risk at all, there's no way I would put my life and that of my baby's at risk. I would tell them CS straight up. But the risk was minimal, so I got like an 80% yes. So why not? Yeah, you guys. So that's like, Abby?
Yeah.
And then after that, they told my husband to leave. I know I've pretty much said that in one of my videos. They really need to relax their rules. How did you feel at that point when they asked you to leave?
It was, you know,
heartbreaking.
It was very devastating to hear them tell me that. But I wouldn't say I was surprised, because I know.
Serious?
Yeah, I know what I work in the health sector now, so I know what the situation.
So even if you have triplets,
no, the issue is this. Where I was trying for them to be. Let's try and be objective. Yeah, I know this realistic. Is the law, but humans make rules, okay? And then there are situations where I work in the health sector. I know that there are situations where we allow even relatives coming to visit, even though the rule is no visit. You know, so there are things that will come up, and then you have to, you know, bend and then try to accommodate things because of the situation of things you have. It doesn't entirely rule out or make you to floor the rules that you set up already.
But you just
so I wanted us to reason things out, basically, or you know, coming from the point of view where you have three. What it means basically here is that you have 3 patients. Okay, they are not patients in quotes. But coming from that point of view, being in hospital, you know, being looked after, you are a patient. So you have 1, 2, and my wife 3 as well. And you want one of them to be looking after 2 at the same time, where she as a patient also needs help and assistance. See, I understand. Okay, they kept on saying, you know, midwives are there, but let's all be sincere to ourselves. You know, NHS is very, very much understaffed, especially at night. NHS is very understaffed. See, no blames to anybody. No blames. Even the government, they are doing their best. The NHS workers, they're doing their best. It is just what it is. It's a very difficult challenge to surmount at this point. You know, when it comes to the workforce Seriously. So we're just trying to be realistic and objective. Now you might have just one nurse or one or two nurses, you know, covering the ward at the night. See, you can't, it's not possible. 1, 2, 3. How can she do it? I 100% she will ring the buzzer. Not that you've not heard that buzzer. You hear the buzzer, but because you don't even have hands, there are you know, tens of patients.
Yeah, others to look
tens
after.
Of patients in that place. So
at that point, I was
you
sore,
might be engaged. You
tired.
might be engaged with one person.
Yeah.
You can't kill yourself. You're not going to divide yourself. You will have to sort out one first before you go to. And you might see that buzzer, she might press the buzzer and it might take 20-30 minutes before that buzzer will be responded to. It doesn't mean that she's being ignored. She's not being ignored, but that this is the situation of things. Now tell me, with 1, with 2, let's assume within that 20-30 minutes gap, this one is crying, you know, crying the ceiling.
This one is
heading to ceiling. She's in severe pain.
What do you mean?
How? Tell me how. I said, let's be sincere. Okay. The staff said, okay, I can stay as much as she's comfortable. I said, now that is the question. Can you define this your as much as she's comfortable? Is there a time limit? He said, no, there's no time limit, but you can't stay comfortable. But you can't stay up to midnight. I said, now you've put a time to it. Are you going to define when she will be comfortable? Is there any way you've stated that by midnight she must be comfortable? So that is, and this is the essence of birth partner.
Yeah.
So basically, so I understand, we all understand the COVID, and for mind you, COVID rules are generally being relaxed now. They are not as strict as they were, you know,
when it's
initially. So it was really a very hot and, you know, challenging point at that point, having such discussion, because we're trying to be objective. I see, nobody will, even the staff, none of them will feel happy to leave their wife and their newborn twins. If it's one, fine, she can manage. Even if she's in pain, one is crying, she can comfortably carry them even with her pain.
Because they were actually females that told me that to ask you to leave them. If they were in my shoes, would they be happy? Would they? Is it even realistic? Is it even possible?
See, these are the things that drive women to postpartum depression,
baby blues.
Yes, I will not allow that. It's not. I wanted us to be practical. I'm not saying I want us to disobey the hospital policy, but let's be practical. Nobody will allow his or her wife and two newborn twins to go through such thing. And yet you say there is a birth partner. What's the birth partner for?
We go to the hospital to feel better, not to get worse.
Anyway, at the end of it all, we had to, because we had to have a meeting. We have to have a meeting with the higher authorities. And I made my point clear. I'm not trying to disobey. We're not trying to disobey hospital policy, but let us be practical. Let us be realistic here. See, humans, we make this law. I work in the same health sector as you do. There are situations where we allow relatives to come in and stay. Let alone, we're talking of giving birth to twins. Mother is the patient. She needs assistance. And there are 2 other babies.
And you want a patient to look after patients.
Let's be practical.
I mean,
that's what
a patient to look after 2 patients. No.
There should be some exceptions, you know, to things. So, like I said, you know, we're not trying to tell you that go out there and disobey the hospital policy, or no. Definitely no, because I know even till this point, when it gets to situations where I know it's not practical, I still explain to, you know, relatives that no, you can't visit at this point, or you can't stay at this point. But still, there are still situations where we still sit ourselves down and agree that for the safety of this patient, let the relative come in. That is where I'm coming from. So that's just my point here. You
guys, that's what that went down, and to God be the glory. We've got our little ones. Yeah. Our cute babies. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, kindly smash the subscribe button and click the bell so you get notified whenever I post new content on this channel. Till I see you all in my next one, guys. Bye, guys.
Bye.